Welcome back, people. We're discussing the production value of this show, I think.
Yeah, we are. This time I want to leave the OP a little bit later, and I want to start with the animation quality. Because I want to say, I think I saw at least one or two times where they used, like, 3D animation to kind of move forward in a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was one time with the well where you could obviously tell that they kind of just moved forward 3D and dived in.
Yeah.
But on the whole, I don't think I noticed too much 3D animation.
I actually didn't notice any, but I'm also watching a really bad show about 3D animation right now, so my standard of 3D animation is shot.
Yeah, I think...
Well, luckily, this show overall uses very little 3D animation. Like you said, there was that one scene, but then also the only other time they realistically use it is when they're showing Goblin Slayer in his armor.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. This show looks fine. I'd say it's actually pretty generic for me in terms of maybe quality and the look of the characters. And I think a part of that comes from, and I ended up looking this up, and I'm going to talk about it more in characters. But so the book was originally written on a web board where they used other characters from other shows and games as placeholder images for the way the characters were supposed to look. So, for example, Spearman, they just used a photo of Lancer Ku from the original Fate.
I was wondering.
I didn't see that.
No, but
ironically enough.
Oh, I took screenshots and putting them in the video because there are a few times where he just looks like a
seriously,
Lancer
he
Ku.
just looks like Lancer Ku with like a bigger, bulkier armor.
And the hero that we only see a few times, Haruhi Suzumiya, the bows and hair bit.
I'm trying to remember.
She's based on Haruhi Suzumiya.
I'm trying to remember
So,
which one.
She's the hero. We only see her.
Oh, her.
But
Yeah,
she's
I never remember
Haruhi
her.
Suzumiya,
Oh,
like entirely.
okay.
Oh, wait, no,
And
you mean the one that was...
the
Zero,
The hero, yeah. Not the
Yeah.
sword maid. But I bring up those two because they're well-known characters, generally. And so I want to make the point that I don't blame this for having sort of a generic animation because I know that originally this came from, like, character placements of other characters that were supposed to look similar to what the author imagined, and then it was later given an art style, of which the anime stays pretty true to. The art style is fairly generic in and of itself, and I actually liked catching the references that I could recognize to certain characters, because even their personalities were somewhat resemblant in some cases, like the Lancer Ku look-alike. So I actually liked that about the animation, where I wouldn't necessarily normally like that.
Yeah.
Since I know I'm the only one who really ever brings this up, the soundtrack. I didn't find anything particularly exceptional, except for that theme that plays whenever Goblin Slayer just goes ham. I fucking love that theme.
It's like a berserker in D&D.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's why I said, when's the Doom music kicking in?
Yeah.
Ready to rip and tear!
I love rip and tear music and this
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Fun fact. One of the characters, it might be Goblin Slayer or it might be a different one. I think it might be Heavy Warrior, but in one of the scenes, Heavy Warrior's art is based off of the cover of a Doom game.
You know, he actually, big heavy guy, because of his, greatsword and everything, actually reminded me a little bit of Guts' design. Just a little bit.
He's Heavy Warrior, I looked them up, so I'm going to bring it up in characters specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. I generally actually did like a lot of the character designs, especially, the main party, I'd say. The priestess, the elf, the dwarf, and the lizard man.
It was a fantastic set of character designs.
Yeah.
Because it was apparently a best of hits of other series.
Yeah. Ironically, the series that got the most taken from it was a bunch of Dragon Age and Dragon Quest armors were taken.
Oh, yeah, but anime in general tends to take from those a lot.
And then I think from there we want to move on to opening.
Yes.
For which I would like to make the comment that I didn't watch the opening until the last 2 episodes.
Well, luckily for you, it stayed the same throughout the season.
Yes. And I did not like the opening for the first 10 seconds of it.
Really?
And then I fucking loved it.
Yes.
It has that whole build thing where it starts out in kind of like a type of music that I don't super like, but then it turns into something I really like.
Yes.
I love when tracks do that. I actually did not like the opening the first couple times I watched it, and then it grew on me.
Yeah.
And then it grew on me some more. It was weird. I love the OP after
I already immediately kind of liked the OP off the bat because I already listened to that music artist on my own. So I was like, oh, I recognize this artist, so this is perfect for me. As far as like OP analysis goes, it's been a minute since I rewatched the OP because I started skipping it more towards the end myself. So OP analysis isn't really there. I have more to say about the ending as far as analysis is concerned. So I'll just go ahead and get that out of the way since we're on OP and ED right now. I definitely because I like Goblin Slayer's character myself quite a bit, actually, like after watching on more of it. But I definitely think that that's how he sort of views like the world around him. It's just a bunch of swords and death and destruction. So, yeah. It's very simple, but that's what I took away from that ending.
Vorn, you got anything?
Nah, not really.
All right, then. Moving on. We'll see you next time with the story.